Hi everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase and our web development series. In today's video, we are going to talk about something really important that affects every web page you build. Even before you write a single line of CSS, we are going to learn about default browser style, CSS Reset, Normalize.css, and why we always use box sizing is border box. This may sound a bit technical, but trust me, once you understand this, your design will look cleaner and more consistent and more professional. So let's get started. Here, what we are going to cover in this video, we will first understand what browser default styles are. Then we will see the why we need reset and what reset and normalize.css actually do, how box sizing, border box help, and when to use what, and finally some best practices. So let's begin. So every browser like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, they all automatically apply some default CSS to your web page. That means even if you do not write any CSS, your headings are already have size, your list already have bullets, paragraph have spacing, forms have their own look. All of that is coming from the browser, and the problem is these default are not the same in every browser. So your web page website may look slightly different depending on the browser someone is using, and that's where things start getting messy. To fix this problem, we use CSS Reset and Normalize.css. Now, what is the problem with the without reset? Without reset, you will often see unexpected margins, weird spacing, layout breaking, design looking different in every browser, and you will keep trying to fix things using extra CSS, but the real problem is actually the browser default styling. So instead of fighting with the browser, we just take control of everything. So, and that is where CSS Reset and Normalize come in. Now, what is CSS Reset basically? A CSS Reset basically removes almost all default browser styles. So heading lose their default size, paragraph lose default spacing, list lose bullets, everything goes into a plain simple base. And the idea is start from the completely clean state so that we decide how things should look, not the browser. And there are some popular reset style like this one, Eric Mayer reset, HTML5 Doctor reset. But there is one more simple and commonly used reset that developer use in almost every project today. So let's see that in action. So in the inside my CSS file, I am going to write a very small reset. That is the star, a bracket curly braces, and margin is the 0, padding is the 0, and box sizing is the border box. So here star means we are selecting every element on the page. We remove default margin, remove all default page padding, and very importantly we set box sizing is equal to border box, which we will understand in a moment. Just by doing this, our layout becomes much more predictable and easier to control. This is used in almost every modern website. Now, what is normalize.css? Normalize is like a smarter version of reset. Instead of removing everything, normalize keep useful browser default and only fixes the difference between the browsers. So it does not wipe everything out, or it just standardizes things like heading, forms, button, font, so that they behave consistently across browser. Because of this, you do not have to restyle every single thing again. Now, let's see the difference between the reset versus normalize. A CSS reset completely remove everything. It's like starting from a blank canvas. And normalize.css keep useful defaults, fix browser differences, and give you a balanced starting point. This is why normalize is usefully preferred in bigger or professional projects. Now let's talk about the box sizing. By default, browser use the content box. That means if you set width to the 300 pixel and then add padding and border, the element actually become bigger than 300 pixel. That's often break layout. But when we use border box, padding and borders are included inside the width. So if we say width is 300 pixel, it will always stay 300 pixel. This makes layout so much easier and predictable, and that's why almost every developer always set box size is equal to border box. Now, why reset matter? So reset and normalize basically give us control, consistency, and more professional looking UI. We do not want to the browser to design our website. We want to design it ourselves. That's why this step is very important at the beginning of every project. Now, when should you use what? If you are working on a small project or learning, a small reset is perfectly fine. For medium or large project, normalize.css is usually better. And if you are using framework like Tailwind or Bootstrap, they already handle reset internally. But one thing is common everywhere, always use box sizing is equal to border box. Now, some best practices: always keep your reset or normalize file at the very top of the CSS of your CSS, and don't blindly reset unnecessary thing, and understand what you are removing, and make sure to test your web page in different browser. So let's quickly summarize: browser apply default style, reset remove everything completely, normalize fix and standardize things way more smartly, and border box makes layout easier, and overall all this gives you consistent and clean design across browser. And that is for today's video. I hope you clearly understand what CSS reset and normalize.css and why they are so important. In the upcoming video, we will continue building your strong CSS foundation. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to JDCodebase for more beginner-friendly web development tutorials. The PPT core and code files are available in the video description, so you can download them and practice. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.